Absolutely. Yeah, hook rate can absolutely be misleading. We had this cute dog and one of our pet wellness ads, and it just smoked everybody. 60,000 clicks for every 10,000 clicks everything else got. Hurt our company because everyone was clicking and everyone was looking at a story and everyone was commenting. Our click to the site, like 2%. Our engagement rate, like 20. Because people are like, commenting, sharing, cute dog. Oh my God, so cute. This is a really adorable dog, but we got to kill it.
Yeah, it can be a false god. All right. I will rip through these. Brian says, great content to import FBCLIDs via CAPI if older than Meta's 7-day allowed window for bidding optimization. Any issues on companies where 75% of edge tagged first clicks are older than 7 days? This guy is very technical. Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yes, we actually upload everything because Meta's 7-day allowed window for bidding optimization is not actually true. It really isn't. That's why they also can give you a 28-day click. Like it still tracks everything. It's just going to be optimized towards the last 7 days. However, when we upload the first click CAPI import, what Meta has to do is identify the path and then attribute it to the last click. If we don't send in the first click, no matter how long ago, before it reattributes it down to the last click to show, that's why your 7-day rule doesn't really matter, is because it has to convert from first click import to last click attributed. That entire path keeps the engine understanding at what we're feeding it as a conversion. It says, whoa, the brand campaign did super well today. No, remember it came from standard shopping. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Like it's basically, that's how we keep the engine repeatable. So if you were looking at not retraining a model, then yeah, you can kind of, just use the in-platform metrics, but know that the way that we import is to retrain a model so that it can see the entire path when it goes through and attributes it to last so that they can keep repeating the first actions. Any issue with company's 75% edge tag first click? Oh, not at all. No, I mean, you're backdating it. So it's going to go back like 12 years. You're okay.
Yeah, good there. Ollie Leeboy says, I assume that's Ollie Leeboy.
Hey, Ollie. Yeah, what's funny is his name is Ollie Leeboy, but I always just call him Ollie, my boy. I don't know why.
Ollie, my boy.
He's like my elder, but it's okay. Like 6 months.
That's all right. Oh, really? He's 6 months older than you?
No, he's like 13 years older. I just wink because I didn't want to make him feel old.
He looks younger, actually.
He does. I told him, I'm like, I look older than he does.
It's because he's like always in Spain or someplace, some beautiful.
Dude, Ollie, you like sign in from like the beach in Barcelona. You're like, I'm working. I'm like, oh, shut up.
I know. That's his life. All right. Let's say hi on Keto, Steven Sunderland, and Sasha. Hey, Sashworth, how you guys doing? Thanks for joining. Stefan has a question. Hey guys, did you test the feeder strategy on more SKUs in the fashion space?
Yes. So not many people know this. I'm a large equity shareholder in a fashion only VC group.
Yeah.
And I have 15 very, very large fashion brands, very well known, publicly traded. 3 of them are in every mall in the United States. And yes, we are testing that actually this week. That's the ones that are going live. We have, I'll just give you an example. I can't tell you the name, but right now we have an all traffic campaign, and our 2 feeders are sweaters and knits and dresses. Those are going to be feeding into it. So the results of that I will be sharing. I just can't screen share because that's from a different organization that I don't have permission to share. But yes, it is being heavily tested. It's actually the most tested is in the fashion industry. And that's one of the reasons is video hook rates are always better than images. So sorry, Ralph, this is super important. No. Video hook rates will overtake the best click-through rates of images. Video takes priority in spend levels. This is what we're seeing. This is something that I'll be able to share next week when I have more data because it's only like 3 use cases. But I have like 10 statics, 2 videos, sort descending by spend. 2 videos are at the top, great hook rate. So if you're in fashion's very static. A lot of images and posing and that kind of stuff. It's hard to get like an influencer to be like an elevated fashion brand. Think of like Louis Vuitton. You don't want to have an influencer be like, hey, I just got this in the mail. Like it's the wrong type of creative. So, but you have to do video, and that's been the challenge that we've been overcoming.
Yeah. I can't imagine it not working, I guess really is the question here.
Right.
But all right. We got please simple warning for new media buyers. We're going to That's amazing.
In the beginning, we were making fun of like, we're just going to keep this like dumbed down, that kind of stuff. And that's when that person made that joke and I just started cracking up because the timing was beautiful.
That's awesome. We try to I try to translate John, but he goes so fast.
I know.
All right. So at least we know what hook rate and, stay rate and all that other sort of stuff and John rate and dog rate, hold rate.
Apparently I have a kinetic they call it kinetic personality. If I find something that I push on, it moves, I just push on it really hard.
Yeah, he keeps pushing. A lot of electricity comes out of his fingernails. We will try and do that as much as possible, by the way. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. All right. High on Ketone says, hey, guys, quick question. I love it.
That's amazing.
On a fairly new account that's performing quite well and low spend, $200, $500 a day, what do you see as the easiest way to scale budget fast?
Add a zero. Next. I'm just kidding. So honestly, what I would do is 2 steps. Identify your sales cycle, and you can use Google Ads brand campaign and non-brand campaign. The average of those 2 will be about your sales cycle. When you're looking at your days to conversions and from an impression point of view, that's one way. We've already showcased that a few times on this call. So on this live. So check that. That is a good way to identify your sales cycle. Whatever your sales cycle is, only make 1 ad spend increase for the entirety of that sales cycle. So if it's 3 days, increase your ad spend, let's say 25%, wait 3 days. If your CPA is normalized, then you have a 3-day sales cycle. But after 3 days, you saw it was spiked up and it's starting to come back down. However long it takes to come back down is going to be your sales cycle. This is, of course, if you can scale. If everything else that we've discussed for the last year is all working well. I can't just be like, shit, ad scale it. Just wait. It'll get better. No, it won't. If things are actually working well, it will get better. But the time period of when you dump ad spend, you see your CPA up and come back down, that process, you have to do that every 7 or 10 days or 3 days. Don't outpace your sales cycle because then the CPA will never come down. That's just how I scale. So if I have a 150 NCAC, crank it up 25%, 150 goes to 190. See it kind of come back down, and then we're like, okay, do it again. We're basically just piling on cold traffic that's expensive. When they start to buy, your CPA comes down. Very simplistic.
Makes sense. But also, having said that, in the company that we use in the cleaning space, you did start at $75 a day.
Yeah.
And start scaling slowly. So it's you can do it just on Meta Andromeda alone, as long as you've got some creative diversification. You had an incomplete package back at that point in time. And I mean, we're getting more and more, obviously, but it is possible.
It was a little stuttered on that one just because it was we launched and then we had to get the CAPI import. So we had to relaunch, but then we had a lot more creative come in and the other creative was still being held because of hook rates. So we had to relaunch again. So we relaunched twice, but now it's scaling. But that was just, neither here nor there. That's just business.
Yeah. But for Meta Andromeda, you're basically starting. You can start with creative diversification at a lower spend under $100 a day.
Absolutely. Yeah. The rate of scale, you just don't want to outpace your sales cycle. And then other than that, that's it. Just don't outpace your sales cycle and you can keep going.
Got it. Hey, slow down, John. Too much meth today, I think. All right.
I started eating the blue.
The blue chips. What was that stuff called again?
Blue sky.
Blue sky. It's the Heisenberg. It's the good stuff. All right. Sashworth has this question. I've had a few Andromeda campaigns fall off a cliff. Yeah, she said this earlier, or he said this earlier. Sorry. 1 to 4 weeks of performance on KPI like 18 CPL to 150 for more than 1 day in a row. I turn them off or am duping. That might be a Black Friday hangover potentially. What do you think?
Yeah, so here's what I couldn't tell you because I only use first click CAPI imports so that nothing else that is kind of not actually involved in that campaign can be counted in that campaign. I'll give you a really, really, really good example. I'm going to share a screen. You're going to kind of watch me do this for a second. I have to kill camera just for a moment because my internet is dead. I don't know why, and I'm so sorry, everyone. If I look at the last 7 days compared to the previous 7 days, this one right here. Okay, do you see how our results in this campaign went down 70%?
Yeah.
All right. So check this out here. I have to turn this off and then I have to go and compare. And I have to compare the attribution settings into here because this is actually kind of interesting. So in the last 7 days, we have 539 1-day view. In the previous 7 days, the 539 1-day view was 2,224. Now, what this means is that the people that never clicked. This is not a first click CAPI import. This is actually another company that does not do any edge tagging at all. So because Meta basically showed an ad to people who bought anyway, they were all here. Now you can see that we don't have anywhere near that volume, not anywhere near it. So when you take out 2,000 conversions in a week that never clicked, this actually looks horrible. So that's the reason why sometimes, like I say, the way that you track your campaigns matter. And if you're tracking your campaigns incorrectly, like this one here, we lost 2,300 sales. Oh, dear God. Now, remember 2000, those were just simply view throughs that are returning customers that are buying through email were just simply counted here. And that's where this kind of thing panics. Now, we knew that we were going into a lull, so we started pulling back anyway. But the only problem, Ralph.
Whoop. Sorry.
There you go. No worries. Go ahead.
I was just like flailing my hands. Can you back this up with the back end on Shopify to corroborate that? Like there wasn't actual sales going away.
No.
Yeah.
No, this was basically, it just means that when we ran an email campaign, because this is not using edge tag, is basically the same thing as this. Like you can see the website purchases and the purchases. These are just kind of both counting the same fluffy users. Right. So when Black Friday was over and all of our email campaigns stopped, Meta's like, dear Lord, everything's crashing down 76%. It's like, no, it's just that we had 2,300 email sales last week of our customers that you counted, and now you can't count them. And this is what I say, when you don't have edge tagging, my spend is actually completely disconnected from the results now. Now we're going to be updating this to edge tagging very, very soon. That's going to happen on January 1. We just didn't want to do it before Black Friday. That would have been death at this level of ad spend. And we're spending, $135K a week. We definitely don't want to just restructure our conversion tracking a week before Black Friday. So we had to go through this, but we knew this thing's going to fall off a cliff. That's not real, because these people here, these 2,000 people we lost, never actually had an ounce of spend on them anyway.
Right.
And that's why you said, hey, I'm seeing these things fall off a cliff. Yeah. And the campaigns that I also don't do edge tracking, I'm seeing the same thing, but through no use. It had nothing to do with these campaigns. This is attribution, not contribution.
Got it. Makes sense. We've got 4 minutes with a lot of questions. I want to read them off, or you want to just like rattle through them?
I'll rattle through them. Can Meta work for small niches? Yes, absolutely. I've been doing this for over 12 years. It works for everybody. I know that it is weird, but yeah, I mean, older females who want to become a nurse but want to do their online and want to do only prerequisites. Yeah, 150 grand a month. You can get very nichey.
Yeah, very, very niche. All right.
Interdeep. All right. Tried to improve the quality score of some keywords, but they're restricted categories, hence cannot really insert them as or landing. Okay, so DKI, any recommendations? So my opinion, quality score seems to follow the conversions lately. Like if you have poor performance, I just inherit low quality score for some reason. They just like tank down and flatten it between 3 and 5. But the campaigns that have the keyword is not matching to the search term that's kind of relevant to the ad that's going to an odd landing page has 8 out of 10 because I have 16% conversion rate. So I wouldn't take quality score too much into consideration. It almost seems like that's not really too much of a thing. But if it's a restrictive category, that may be why. Honestly, when it's restrictive category, it can't really necessarily earn the volume because it's artificially capped and is going to keep you basically saying like, I'll take your money if you want poor performance, but I'm going to stick you with poor performance because you're restricted. If you can get white labeled, that's perfect. And if you need white label on a restrictive category, look at legitscript.com. They can get you white labeled with Google.
Sounds good. Okay. Next question.
All right. I tried DKI. Yeah. Does quality score? I mean, not really. I've seen like sometimes my CPC go down like 10 cents when it goes from 3 to 10. Again, I think it's more of like I don't know. I think that your spend and your competitiveness matters more than quality score. I haven't looked at quality score in like 2 years because it just really hasn't mattered to me.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, we're not manual bidding anymore.
Yeah. We had Unbounce on for like 3 shows on perpetual traffic, and they were all about quality score. I'm like, how much is this really relevant? Well, you got the answer here from John. So there you go. There's your question and answer. Interdeep has a couple more hook rate questions here. We can get through these quick.
Yeah. So absolutely, hook rate absolutely matters. Now, if you trick somebody into watching a really cool video, we've done that a few times actually. Crazy click-through rates, 15, 16%, 8-cent clicks, but then they get to the website and they bounce and never come back. So you can trick people for a hook rate, but what that does is you spend all of your money on tricking people and your company dies. So I wouldn't really do that.
That's what I did in that that niche. Actually, we were selling gun oil. That's what we did. We made it like an Americans thing. Everyone's like, yeah, American. Like nobody bought. So yes, you can absolutely trick rate, and we had a crappy product too. But same question
that's
there.
Kind of copied,
yeah. Stefan has a question. Hook rate again.
Absolutely. Yeah, hook rate can absolutely be misleading. We had this cute dog and one of our pet wellness ads, and it just smoked everybody. 60,000 clicks for every 10,000 clicks everything else got. Hurt our company because everyone was clicking and everyone was looking at a story and everyone was commenting. It was like our click to the site, like 2%, our engagement rate, like 20, because people are like commenting, sharing, cute dog. Oh my God, so cute, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is a really adorable dog, but we got to kill it.
Yeah, not helping.
Exactly right.
Yeah, it can be a false god. All right, so
but it can be a false god, but Meta will still treat it as gospel, which means careful.
Good point. Good point. Absolutely. Like all of those ads, like this is 10 years ago, practically like 8 years ago, like they gobbled up all the spend. It was like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're like, oh my God, our CPAs just like went berserk. It was my idea, by the way. It wasn't Molly's. All right, Ralph, you can be the John Whisperer for his post comments here. I'm just trying to keep up, trying to give as much value as possible. All right. Oh, this is from Meta. Makes sense. I think we've got just about everybody. High on ketones said it was $1,000 a day. Back to him and not duping. So
yeah, what about duping the original? Yeah, so if you dupe the campaign, now remember your creative does the targeting. Your campaign does not mean anything anymore. And Meta actually says the only time that your campaign is actually taken into consideration is with audience visual insight management, like your engaged versus your new versus your existing customers. They display that. And also your locations and basically just the campaign type. That's all the campaign does anymore. So if you say, hey, I'm going to take the creative and it's targeting Bob, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to restart it and it's going to go and target Bob. That's all that did, really, just by doing the campaigns now, unfortunately.
Well, now we know, like we get to know all of our commenters here. Now it's Stacy. So now we know what her real name is as opposed to Sashworth. I have a friend named Sasha, so I wasn't quite sure. It's like really blonde hair. She says she's tracking properly as well. It's Cometly plus leads pushed into a sheet from all sources. Interesting. I haven't heard.
Definitely the one reason why I like to use the first click CAPI imports in Meta is it keeps it trained on a repeatable action that only it contributed. So that's just something to kind of take into consideration there too, is you don't have to track everything in Meta, but because it's prospecting and it only can feed back to itself what it was able to identify, it's important that you give it that high quality feedback loop.
Yeah. And most importantly, show is sponsored by Tier 11. Head on over to tier11.com/CD if you want help with any of this stuff, or just go to tier11.com. We do these for free, but we have to pay the bills. So head on over there. You get all this expertise. John might not be doing it specifically, but he's directing everybody on how to do it and where to do it and how and when and why and all that other stuff with our incredible creative team plus our data team. So tier11.com. Thank you for sponsoring the show.
Yeah, right. Thanks, us.
All right. So thanks, us. By the way, so we're not here next Friday. We're going to do a bonus show sometime next week. We're thinking.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, mid next week or even like late or like early next week after that or something like that. We'll kind of schedule that and get it all. I want to make sure I have enough time to get enough case study for our full new show. And it might be like, hey, it's 4 days later, but now we have like 10 new case studies. So, you know, quality over quantity.
All right, we'll figure it out for next week. Yeah. All right, stay tuned on your socials for that announcement. And thanks, everybody, for joining. We will see you sometime next week.
Sounds good.
See y'all.